This is Jimmy from PA Collective, and today I'm going to break down how to apply to PA school. So the first thing I do is I Google PA schools near me, and I click on the application requirements for the PA school. The first requirement that I see on the website is Prerequisite Courses. These are the classes that you need to take in order to apply to that PA school. Overall, I would say the majority of PA schools have similar prereqs. So check and see what prereqs that you have to take to apply, but there are nuances, so be careful. For example, some schools may not take online classes, and they may not take classes taken at a 2-year university or technical college. And don't take everything that the PA school says as bottom line, because I had PA schools give me some grief on a couple of my classes that I took, but I knew that those classes would fulfill the prereqs based on the syllabus and all the subjects that we went over in that class. And I was able to get a few classes approved. For example, I went to UW-Madison, I took anatomy and physiology. So those are all just one course. PA schools say you have to take anatomy 1 and 2, but at Madison, those are combined into one class. So I had to prove it, and I had to send the syllabus to the PA schools. A lot of PA schools like to see all of these prereqs completed before you apply. Some PA schools may let you apply if you have 1 or 2 classes that are in progress, but you will have to send them grade updates. Make sure to check if the PA school requires a lab or it doesn't, or if you can take the lab online. A lot of PA schools recommend that the prereqs be taken within 3 to 5 years. So there is some wiggle room. When I applied, I had a class that was taken 6 years ago, and all the PA schools I applied to accepted it. Your prereq classes for PA school should be some of your strongest grades. Those classes are your heavy hitter science classes: anatomy, physiology, microbiology, biochemistry. What I recommend and what did well for me, so that you don't have to retake any of your prerequisite courses, is to take 12 to 14 credits per semester. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take those big heavy hitter science courses kind of one at a time from semester to semester, and then take classes in the summertime and then during the winter periods to be able to catch up. For me, I took physiology during the summertime, so I was able to really focus on that class. That was my only class, and I did well. Another big thing with PA schools is that they want to see you handle a lot of courses at once and do well in all of those. So for example, let's say in a semester you're taking anatomy and then a few other gen eds. Don't just try to get an A in anatomy and then get B's and C's in your gen eds. Try to do well and do as best you can in every course. And for those of you applying to PA school a few years after you graduated college, you would really have to show PA schools how that you handle a heavy science course load or heavy course load in a short amount of time. So you can include, I'm working 40 hours a week, I'm taking 10 credits, and I'm doing well in all these classes. So obviously working in the hospital, working in a healthcare setting, and taking classes is a lot to handle. So you can show them that you can multitask and be efficient even when you're really busy. Again, that was a big thing that held me back from getting in my first time applying, was that I was applying to PA school a few years after I graduated college. So PA schools are saying you've been out of school for a few years. I see you've taken, a good amount of classes, but you've really spaced them out and you've worked a lot. So can you show us that you can handle more classes at once and still work and do well? So for me, I was waitlisted my first year and then denied. What I then did is I took 20 credits of science classes in about 2 months, and I got A's and everything, and I applied again, and then I had multiple acceptances. So, just to prove to PA schools that, hey, I can handle this, in my interviews, that was just kind of my, feather in my cap to say, hey, look at all these classes I just took. I did well. I'll be able to handle a semester in PA school. So moving on, after the prereqs, I'm looking at the academic section. A bachelor's degree from a 4-year university is required to apply to PA schools. The next area is the GPA. A lot of schools say the minimum to apply to a PA school is a 2.75 or a 3.0 to a 4.0. Stay tuned for more videos on GPAs and how to calculate them and stuff like that. I'll do a separate series on that. GPA is a big weight of the application to PA school, but don't let it get you down if your GPA is lower than the average to get in. The average GPA of those accepted to PA school is around a 3.5 for overall and science. If you're below that, don't feel bad. I was there. What PA schools really want to see is an uptrend in your GPA. A lot of PA schools on their websites even say that we emphasize the last 60 credits taken, because that shows how you've done in your most recent coursework. And for me personally, this was a feather in my cap as well in my interviews. I was able to say in my last 60 credits taken, my GPA was a 3.97, even though my overall was only around a 3.35. And a lot of that was in regards to 2 courses that I took my freshman year of college that dragged my GPA way down. Stay tuned for a video on that. So I'm going to leave it at that. Kind of an intro to prereqs for PA school and an intro to GPAs. If you have questions, make sure to put it in the comments and like and subscribe.